Bush Spurlock with Hellhound Outdoors. Do another video, kind of an update, but it ain't been that long, maybe 2 months, on the Habilis Bushtool. All the specs, I'll leave them below because I don't want to go over all that again. But here's the knife. See if you can see the sheath here. Sorry about all that. So here's the sheath. I had to have this made. The guy who made it for $20 with the ferro rod loop, and I have the dangler here on my belt. But you know, he made it for me the way I wanted it, for a 1/2 inch ferro rod, and it's left-handed. But it is handmade, hand stitched. You can see stamp right here when he did it. Anyways, his name is Buckskin Dave. He's at the in Chesapeake, Ohio, south of where I live here. So here's the knife. The only mods that I've done to it myself, I couldn't stand the way that it did have a micro bevel here, a secondary edge, so I turned that into a true Scandi grind. So this is all sharpened all the way to the tip, and I wrapped the handle to keep it from slipping in my hand. So now it's just a little beefier, a lot better knife for me. I mean, it may work for you all, whatever, it's cool. So, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this tree here. I went ahead and cut a piece of this. You can see how big around it is compared to the knife. And we'll go ahead and get some of these leaves off, or limbs off. We'll see how it does with chopping. Shouldn't be a problem. I mean, this knife's like super sharp. Show you all what this, you can see thing is just a, you know, pretty sharp knife. Kind of hard for me to get you on camera here. See if I can't move you all a little bit. I mean, this knife works really good for stuff like this. Just if you want to, you know, clean up the wood, whatever, it gets under the bark good. With that secondary edge that it did have, it wouldn't let me do this. It just constantly tried to force me, you know, deeper in the wood. I'm gonna go ahead and take my saw, and I'm gonna cut this in two, and I'll be right back. Okay, first we're gonna go ahead and we'll do some batoning. See how this does with that. Mind you, you can see some knots here. Once it gets thrown, it ain't a big deal. This knife just, it does really well for splitting, for batoning, whatever you want to say. I mean, you know, I like it. So far, I've had quite a few knives, and this is probably my favorite thus far for all around, you know, work around the camp. For its versatility in general. I'd say so far my favorite bushcraft knife, just for small tasks and, you know, things of that nature, would have to be LT Rod Genesis. That was a really great knife. I loved it. So you can see there's no problem with splitting wood. Show you. No chips, No dings, no bends, no rolls. Nothing. Let's see how it does on feather sticks. Like I said before, whenever I had this was almost impossible. Just because it kept wanting to bite deeper into the wood and deeper and deeper and deeper. Nothing at all for this knife. Really, it's not. Next, we can see how it does with the. It does have a 90-degree spine, fairly sharp one for that. Just that little bit right there. I mean, you've got that fine fluff. So that 90-degree spine works really good. I mean, as far as a chop test, let's see if we've got anything here. Well, it ain't ideal, but I've got a piece of this wood here that I can, you know, kind of do a little bit with. Man, that's 2 goes. Pretty good. That's one thing. I mean, if you're just swinging this knife, you know, like I said, I wish I had some better wood, but I can almost do the same just from swinging the knife as far as what I do with batoning. With batoning, you'd have to go really wide for this. And drive fairly deep. Just because of the shape of the angle. See there? Well, that's fairly good. Sorry if I keep moving around. I'm doing 2 different cameras at one time. So, anyways, the price point on this knife, like I said, I'll leave the details below, but I got it on sale for $180. Normally they're about $200. We can go ahead and check the whole thing as far as the edge retention and see how it's doing now. Also, we'll check down the whole blade and make sure that it's good. Let y'all see up in here. I mean, the thing really bites in, especially when you're doing it this way. I mean, I know that the knife's going to be sharp because, you know, I just sharpened it and changed the whole angle. See how, just using my thumb, I'm pretty down in there, damn near all the way through the wood. So, I mean, there's no problem with the edge retention on this knife at all. I mean, it's just become one of my favorite all-around knives. Like I said, if I was just going to be doing some whittling and, you know, making traps, stuff like that, then I would want, you know, of course, my favorite would be the LT Wright Genesis. Don't get me wrong, all LT Wright knives are great. It's just Genesis so far, it's hard to beat that knife. It's one of my favorites. I love it for its intended purposes. As far as a chopper, you know, I'd have to say that I did like the tracker, the Tops Tom Brown tracker, but I didn't like the sweeping belly on it. I wish it had a flat belly because my experience, you know, it just seems like a flat-edged knife chops better than a curved-edged knife. So anyways, I just wanted to do that video for you guys and give you an update, show you how the mods was working that I've done on the knife. One more test I had to do was the ferro rod. See, I mean, just show you all how it works, the spine. See, it's got this notch. I don't know if you can see that right there. Kind of see it. But, you know, if I do that on a 1/2 inch rod, it's just going to dig ditches. So I've been using, you know, just the spine of the blade itself is just so sharp, it's not a problem at all. So, it's got a good coating on it. I mean, I've used this knife quite a bit, and it still not went through. The divot on the back of the spine right here, for where you're supposed to hit it, also doubles for locking into your knee, so that when you're doing some fine work, you can cut against it. Like I said, so far, great knife. I thank y'all for, you know, checking out my videos. And thanks for the support that I've had so far. I'd like to give a hell yeah and a oh yeah, what's up to the BRL crew. And thank all of y'all for just everything you do for me. I'll be back as soon as I can and I try to get some more videos. I plan on doing one on my sleeping system. I have the Urban Digital Marine Corps MMS sleeping system. It's like a 3 or 4 part. So, I'm Bo Spurlock with Hellhound Outdoors, and I'll be back as soon as I can with another video. Love you guys, and see you soon.